You're tired of wasting your time and money on marketing each month? In this video, we'll show you the 10 easy steps to really consistently bring leads every month. And most importantly, close them like you're a pro. Today's video, we'll break down the exact system we use here at Moist and I Marketing Agency that will attract motivated homeowners that are ready to buy or sell in 6 months or less. We're not just giving you random clicks or tire kickers, we're actually delivering qualified results, and we actually can prove it here with our system. In this video, you'll understand the exact system we use here, how to implement it into your business, and really start getting consistent leads into your pipeline. You'll get your ads up and running within 24 to 48 hours, get up to 10 qualified appointments this month, and building a repeatable system that will consistently bring you leads, and you'll never have to worry about chasing them again. Welcome to the first slide of the presentation. I'll be showing you on how we can get up your ads up and running around 24 to 48 hours, varies in between then. We can really start pumping up these ads right now, but we got to understand the fundamentals before we throw out these ads out there. Like we said, we don't want leads, we just want qualified appointments. Anyone can generate leads by spending 10 bucks on Facebook. But here we're really just trying to generate qualified appointments because that's what we're all trying to do here, correct? So importance of compliance. Compliance is essential in today's digital world. We got to follow the rules that Facebook is listening to us. We have to go through each and every single section and make sure you're clicking the housing category or you will lose your ad control. So like we said, we're actually going to be using a proven strategy. We're not just going to be blasting out generic ads and hoping for the best. We're actually using our step-by-step strategy, but we will get into that later in the video. We got to understand how risky it is if we use different things on the Facebook platform. You got to make sure you're sticking up to date with the terms and services. You also want to have lead management and specifically boosting like conversion rates. Pretty much what this means is once the lead does show up, you have to set out that email, phone number, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You need to send those text messages right away. As we said, nurturing is where the magic happens. Clean launch framework. So like we said, CLEAN, clean. So what this stands for is an acronym. It means category, language, elements, and ask, next step. So pretty much this framework has worked the best for us. So let's go on the first one. So category, you got to make sure you're clicking the housing category, guys. That is the most crucial thing. Then we're going to language. Of course, in North America here, I mastered Canada and US, like we do English over here. Whatever country you're in, it might be different, but you can put in your language, whatever you specifically choose. Elements, so pretty much what that means is the actual creative itself. So is the creative itself clean to look at? Is it easy to look at? Is it understandable? Is the copy, is the creative itself, is it actually clean? And can I understand what we're offering? Ask, that's where we go to the CTA. So there's a clear, so we use a learn more. That's what we've seen had the best ROI, return on investment. Easy to click, understandable, and providing the value, of course, and making sure they understand the next steps. So pretty much after the landing page, what the next steps are going to look like. So expect to see a call within X amount of time. Usually it's within minutes because our ISA team is straight onto it, but really depends on what you're doing. If you're working with us, we call the leads up all for you, but you got to do it personally. With the new special ad category, you got to make sure you're clicking the housing icon. It's pretty hard to target age range right now. Facebook kind of just does over 18 to 65. It's okay because what's really cool is there's the new AI, Meta AI. It actually scans your creative, your copy, pretty much everything that we add into the actual ad itself. It scans it and then it actually sends it to our ideal client right away. So we don't got to do that part. Facebook takes that part. But what we do have to do is click the housing category here on the top. That's so crucial because let me tell you, I made that mistake one time and I will never forget again. If you don't click on the housing icon, it will take down your ad and it's just a waste of money. So fair housing language guidelines. So in real estate, the communications is critical, emphasize property features. You want to process rather than personal traits and preferences. So like we said, let's look on the left over here. So we see on-site service, fence yard, like equal housing opportunity, 3-bedroom. These are all generic things you could say, but what we really want to do is use seller and buyer language. What that means is dive into your ideal client profile. We'll be creating that in the future, but what you want to do is actually target the person you're looking for. So for one of our agents, we're strictly doing first-time home buyers. So what we would do is, hey, first-time home buyers, this XXX, if you're looking for this is the right agent for you, blah, blah, blah. We're targeting these people. So we don't just cast our net right away to everybody. We're specifically niching down. So we are the go-to agent for that specific thing, which we've seen the best results with. But like we said, when you are posting, if you're doing some listing posts, you are going to have to be able to do a little more than just a generic 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, fence yard, all these things. But like we said, we'll dive into how you can write some copy in later videos. But just save scripts. You don't want to make it too challenging. Make it easy to read, just like the creative. Visual content guidelines. So when creating a visual content, you want to prioritize the space related shots. So including like interior, exterior shots, we love using the whole landscape of the house pretty much, and like around like a meter to two behind the actual, just getting a full front property view. We love posting that because that's what you actually see when you first see the property, the actual house itself. So we love doing that. So you have that connection already with the house, seeing what it looks like. Then we like diving into the exterior, interior, whatever it is for that specific property. What we usually try to manage is just seeing the outdoor, because that's what you are going to see first. And that's what's most important for most homeowners. You don't want to add these overlay suggestions. Like you don't want to use these generic ad copies. You just want to maintain clear call to action, pretty much how they can contact you. Just make it as easy as possible to get in contact with the realtor or the ISA team, but they don't know that. Enhancing lead forms. So this is where the magic actually happens as well. So you can have the best ad, the best copy, but when the lead clicks on the form, you got to make it clean and simple. So like with Facebook's new lead form, they have the automatic things. I'm 50-50 with that, because sometimes it gives an old email or old phone number that is not their active phone number at the moment. So that's when it gets tricky. But when they do personally type in their phone number or email, that's perfect, because what we get is full name, full email, phone number, and then we have multiple choice. So me personally, for my multiple choice, I put in like, when are they looking to buy or sell? What's their financial looking like right now? Have they spoke to any agents in the past? What do they like about them? I don't make it too complicated, because at the end of the day, it's just a form. We don't want to dive in too much until we actually get on the phone call with them. The lead form is just to really understand where they're at and where they want to be. So you ask these questions, and most crucial for us, the phone, of course, we want to be able to call them within minutes of submitting the form, because guys, these leads are hot and cold, hot and cold. They get hot, then they get cold. It's like a warm bath. It gets cold super fast. So you got to understand, these guys, like almost bipolar, you got to call instantly, making sure you're always on top of that. So like we said, it'll be like around 2 to 3 multiple choice questions. A little more wouldn't hurt, but it's really just client attention rate. So avoid putting too many questions. For too many questions will just cause mayhem. Optimize follow-up processes. Like as we said, we have AI softwares that automatically send over the email, text, voice message. So where follow-up is on point, like we said, we also call the lead personally. So you want to set up your CRM or whatever you use. Me personally, I use Go High Level. Set that up so your follow-up system is immaculate. You don't want to waste a minute calling these leads, as we said, but it's always good to have, because sometimes you are on phone. You need to have these AI softwares, so pretty much they automatically send, so they don't think you're ghosting them. So example, lead submits the form, looking to buy within 6 months. You accept that, so automatically what your CRM will do, we use Go High Level, could be anything else, right away sends them a confirmation email saying thank you. We also send text messages and voice memos. Sometimes we send some Loom videos, really depends on the customer. After that, book them in with a call with the realtor. That's what we do. But you personally, you book in a call with your schedule, look at your schedule. When can you meet up with this person? Blah, blah, blah. Close the deal. There. Perfect. Repeat. So what we're doing here is just optimizing follow-up process. So we actually want to set schedules in our calendar to making sure we block this out to just do follow-up. You would want to follow up as soon as possible, but we understand you're not a full-time phone caller. We understand. You have other things to do. Property showings, block out some calendar time. You won't get as much closed deals, but it's still better than nothing. You don't want to waste these dollars. You still do want to call these leads up no matter what. Effective campaign setup. So me personally, I set up 4 campaigns at once. What that looks like is my first campaign would be, let's say this would be a lead magnet. What that means is I would have this specific campaign just for generating leads. So I would have, example, it would be one property, but then it would be 4 different types of photos, creatives of it, different copy, testing out 4 different of that. We shoot that out with a daily budget around $50. Facebook gives it, tests it, gives it a couple days, couple weeks. Then we see the results. Then we optimize, iterate, and send out more. So you want to do this with 4 different campaigns. So example, like it would be listings, looking for lead magnets. We're going to be doing homeowners. We're going to be doing first-time buyers. Target these people and really just get yourself branded. You also want to add headshots. We like video ads here, but only if you're really good on camera. Static ads are good too, but we really do want to focus on just being unique, standing out. Clear call to actions if you are doing video ads, making sure you have one at the start and end. Straight to the learn more box, fill out the lead form, call them without minutes. Crucial things, like we said. So key setup things you want to add. Of course, when you're setting up the campaigns, we'll dive into Facebook Business Manager later, but what you want to do is put up the name of each campaign, of course. So if one's for your listing, if one's for your first time home buyers, a lead magnet. You want to have these things. Crucial thing to also understand with these campaigns, with the lead forms after that, you do want to add some value, because anyone can just make a Facebook ad, click on it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you want to make them feel like they actually received something for actually taking the time to put in their information. So what we used to do is send some carousels, other things. There's other strategies that we can tap into, but just provide some value. Even if that's just you showing them your buyer's guide or seller's guide, just anything that would provide some value for them to click on a future ad so we can retarget. Launch strategy overview. So as I mentioned a couple videos before, it's so crucial you don't post an ad creative after 12 p.m. So what I do personally is, if it's, let's say, even 1 o'clock, 12:30, I will schedule the campaign to be launched the next day at 12. Because what we learned after spending thousands of dollars on digital marketing is, when you give it like a full day to set, so pretty much, let's say example, you did it at 5 or you did it at 12, we would have that extra 6 hours ahead just to get that information with less budget spent. And we're not just blasting money late at night. So always schedule for the next day if it's past 12. If it's before, schedule for that day so you can see results immediately. You need the strategy overview just to see how you can iterate after. You're going to get some after you post your ads, you're going to get some information back, what's working, what's not. So like I said, if it's spending double the daily budget on one ad and you haven't seen any results, take that down. That's Facebook telling us that that ad is not good. Like, done, take it down for various. Once we start seeing results with other ads, dump more money into that, pump it out, call the leads, email, whatever you're using, automations, straight to your calendar, meet up in person, do what you do best, close the deal. Listen, guys, if you have any questions or concerns, or you're really overwhelmed with this Facebook ad strategy, tap in the link below. I'm taking on the first 50 calls for free discovery calls. I'll personally be taking them. If you have any questions, we'll cover them. And if you really did want to join the More Than Marketing family, we would see if you would qualify for a partnership, take you down to your current situation, see how we can help, and then really show you the proven strategy that's been helping countless agents across the country. If you're ready to make that change, click the link below. Really excited to meet you guys on the call and seeing how we can help you out and really get your deal flow up per month.